Yeah, I was a carpenter and broke my back on a job site, and it was all through the recovery of slowly being able to sort of walk again and stuff like that that accidentally led me into this. The amount of time I've spent with sharks, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, they are not mindless killers. As humans, when we step into the ocean, we're not at the top of the food chain. We have to understand sometimes things go wrong for us. Nazaré in Portugal.
Is it as crazy as it looks on?
It's so much crazier.
Really?
It is insane. That's kind of what makes it beautiful as well, right?
Yes.
Not everything has to have a photo taken.
True.
It's sometimes about the experience, putting that camera down and
That's
actually
true.
just paying attention to what's going on in front of you. Man, I'm still sitting here now, getting jobs, doing work, traveling the world. Mm-hmm. There is definitely enough room for everyone there. You just gotta hustle with it and just have a bit of belief, I guess.
Today's guest is Ben Bagley, a creative, ocean photographer and filmmaker whose story is incredible. Ben actually started his career after breaking his back as a carpenter. During his rehab, he started swimming in the ocean and taking photos of his surfer friends. And that small decision ended up changing his entire life. Because what started as a way to heal turned into a full-time creative career. Ben's now working with some of the biggest surfing brands and athletes, traveled the world capturing waves and wildlife, and built a name for himself through his raw, cinematic ocean photography. We also talk about his insane images and close encounters with sharks, as well as everything he's learned while building his creative career. So, let's get into it. I think this is going to be a good one, because like you said, it sounds like we're very similar. In different ways, though.
Yeah, well, there's no...
I think we have different interests.
Yeah, I think we do. Different sort of pathways. But that's why this industry is just so open. There's no rules. There's no...
Yep.
You can come in it from any angle you want and still achieve everything you want if you've got the tenacity to do it.
Yes. You know what? I love that you can combine passions. Like if you love something that's completely not got to do with the camera and you love a camera, you can I'll shoot that thing and make a living out of it. Great. And I can live two of my passions at the same time.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like you seem to be a lover of the ocean.
A little bit.
just a little bit.
A little bit.
You know, and you can get a camera and combine your love of using a camera and creativity and your love of the ocean and make a living out of it. You know? Same as, well, not me. I grew up in the fitness industry, started figuring out how to use a camera. You just combine the two together and then off you go. I think that's really cool about what we do.
I think so. I think in my early days, I tried getting out of what I was passionate about, sort of trying to chase the money. Mm-hmm. And it just never landed because I don't think I had the experience. I definitely didn't have the experience, but... When
did you start being a creator? When did you get into this?
It's about, probably about 6-7 years ago.
Yep.
I was a carpenter and broke my back on a job site, and it was all through the recovery of slowly being able to sort of walk again and stuff like that that accidentally led me into this. I was swimming because I couldn't surf. That's all I could kind of do. Always had a bit of a passion for photography, but it was just a passion.
A bit of a hobby.
Taking a few photos for a few people here and that, never had $1 for it.
Yep.
And basically the only thing that helped me was getting in the water. It sort of took the pressure off my spine, allowed me to sort of walk for a few days as opposed to just a few hours and chase that feeling. Couldn't surf, so instead of surfing with my mates, I decided I had a little A6300 at the time.
Cool.
Just got a cheap Facebook Marketplace housing. Yeah. Took it in there so I could still be a part of the process.
Yep.
Taking photos of my friends surfing and stuff like that.
You were a surfer before this?
Yeah, since before I can remember. Yeah.
Wow.
Been diving. My dad always made sure I was surfing, diving, something in the water.
Yep.
Just funny from a guy coming from the UK. But yeah.
You're from the UK?
He is. I was born here.
And he encouraged you to go surfing.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Yeah, literally, because he's not he loves the water, but not like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny.
Damn. And then when this happened, you couldn't surf anymore.
No, not at the time.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I just like one obviously the benefits, the fact that like just swimming in general sort of really did help me at the time as well, help with the pressure and the pain. And then I'm still getting those phone calls, hey Benny, you want to come surfing and all that sort of stuff, and instead of kicking my feet around and you know, letting it control me, I kind of controlled the narrative and thought, well, how can I still be a part of this, because I'm so passionate about it, and hang with my mates and everything else like that.
Of course.
How can I still do that and kind of get a similar feeling or still be a part of the process, if you will? And next thing was taking the camera out. I'm still swimming, still getting all the benefits. I'm now out there with my friends having a chit chat as we would when we're surfing. But what was crazy was at the end of it, I had all of these photos and everyone's getting pumped up and they're like, oh, look at the wave, this, that, the other. And that feeling was just so addictive. It was almost better than surfing for me.
Wow.
And that was the beginning of it.
So it was almost like a way of like coping with, how long was this process of getting back to feeling yourself?
Feeling myself to the same extent I am now was probably about 2 years, I'd say. Yeah, it was it was a long process. I still live with like sciatica down my left leg.
Damn.
Can't do too much heavy lifting and things like that. I tried to go back to the job site and just fold it. I couldn't.
So carpentry is gone. Yeah, wow.
Doctors told me never again. I'm a very stubborn, pig-headed guy.
Don't tell me no.
I was like, don't tell me no, because I'll go do it. I'll go do it twice as hard. I tried it for like a day and a half, and just I literally was folded. I was in an L shape and just couldn't get out of bed. And
how long did you do carpentry for?
Not that. Oh god, how long was it? Probably like. How old am I? I don't want to tell. I don't want everyone to know. About 10 years.
10 years? You're like, not too long.
Yeah, not
about 10 years.
Was it 10 years? Bro. Yeah, it was long enough.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. That's a big change that's like forced on you.
Well, yeah, and I didn't know any other version of the future. It was, you know, get better at your trade, get paid better jobs, all that sort of stuff. That was my progression, and that was the only life I knew. If you had told me back when I first swam with the camera with my mates taking photos that I would be sitting here now in the position I'm in, I would have told you you're crazy, and I would have walked away.
Wow. Yeah. And when you started taking shots of your mates, it was that purely just a hobby, or were you trying to find a new career? Did you see it as like a pathway to pivot?
Not at all. I had a lot of time on my hands, so spent a lot of time just editing photos and kind of like looked up to a few different people I saw on Instagram and started to get a bit inspired by that. It's like, oh, cool, I like that style, that editing style. Chased that and then thought, well, I don't know, post my favorite ones on Instagram. And I sort of thought I'd be doing everybody a disservice. I've always tried to big everyone up. My little photos with my 300 friends that are just watching my Instagram daily activities, I didn't think anything of tagging the surfboard manufacturer, the wetsuit saver. I was just like, oh, like, you know, they might like the photo and they might want it. And it so happened to be one board in particular of a guy just doing a big turn. He reached out to me after tagging him, was like, hey man, can I repost this, all of this, like, you know, I was like, oh my god, this guy's like a full surfing idol. His name's Dylan Longbottom, and we're actually really, really good friends now. We've traveled the world together on projects. And
did you know you were taking a photo of him when you did it?
So it was just his board. He shapes boards too. And it was just his board. I had just literally spray and pray. Just literally everybody that's there. I'm just taking photos of everyone, my mates included. This was a cool photo. Didn't know the guy's name. Posted it on my socials and just tagged the surfboard manufacturer. He reached out to me asking if he could use it, and I lost my mind. I was like, holy crap. I've seen this guy across all the surf movies I've ever watched.
No way.
And he's just reached out to me personally to ask if he can use my photo. I was like, yeah. But something in me was like, well, if he likes this one, why don't I see if I can do something else with this?
Yeah.
And so I obviously said yes. And at the end of it, I just countered with if you're ever on another trip or in the shaping bay making boards, I'd love to come and take photos there.
Yep.
And him being the best guy in the world, he was just like, oh, well, next week I'm shaping boards. Come down. Here's my address, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And that was the very moment that I realized that there was a possible chance in this.
Yep.
Yeah. It blew my mind. I wasn't
Totally.
chasing anything. It just so happened to be, I just needed that push in the right direction. And someone was giving me a nudge that like, hey, you're not supposed to be picking up timber and cutting it for the rest of your life. You go flex your creative muscles for a bit.
Man, and then what are the next steps from there? Like, what are you thinking?
It was all a bit of a blur.
Yeah.
So I go into the shaping bay.
Is that like a sign for you to be like, all right, I've got to start taking this a little bit more serious?
Yeah, it was after that initial meeting him, went into the bay, took photos of him in there.
Yeah, cool.
A few I was proud of. And then out of nowhere, he's like, oh, I've just got off the phone with this magazine and these guys and these guys. Do you mind if we use your photos?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is this guy? Like, who are you? First off, like, you're an absolute idol. I like, just like a movie star to me.
Yeah.
As a surfer, has like reached out. Now I'm hanging out with you. I'm like trembling behind every photo because I'm like, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. This guy's been in front of a million cameras of like amazing people through the decades he's been surfing. And then next thing he's just like, can we use it in this photo? This person just called. I told them you were here, gave them your name and all this sort of stuff. And it was right there and then. I got out of there. I called my girlfriend and was just like, oh my God, there's something here. I can do something with this.
Yes.
That was the start, and it feels like a lifetime ago, but
totally.
Yeah.
I imagine your work would have been like, it was obviously good enough to catch his eye.
Yeah, I guess.
How did you get to a point where you were good enough? Like, how much practice? Where did you learn? How were you learning? It would have gotten to a point, like obviously it's probably not where it is now, but you would have improved over that first period when you were just practicing.
Big time. Yeah.
Was that just YouTube videos?
YouTube University, man.
Yeah. And just reps, right? Like,
that's the one thing that I think most people miss is you get, in my experience now, reps. I'm still doing spec jobs. I'm still going down to the beach with my dog and like filming her. You know what I mean?
I saw your dog video. Quality.
Thank you so much. I think I got to start a page for her. That's a separate chat. You really should. But even like something as simple as that, like I got a new camera and a new lens at the time, and that's what sort of sparked that video as well. And she's running around as crazy as she is, and I'm just pulling focus, practicing sort of thing. I'm like, well, I need to figure this out. And that's the one thing that if you ever think you're too good for free work or for like, I see so many people sitting there just like, I deserve this next job. I deserve this next thing. And they kind of sit on their hands and wait. You're never going to succeed in photography, videography, or that space if that's how you're thinking.
Yep. And you're going to improve a lot slower too, right? Because you're only taking those jobs, whereas the other bloke can be out shooting every day because he just loves it.
Literally, yeah. And that's how I improved. It was every day I was shooting, and when I'm not shooting, I'm even driving up here today. I was on YouTube watching, like looking up something that I didn't know or haven't used yet. I think there was a guy like running around with this huge monopod, and it's like, I swear it's like 20 meters above his head, and he's getting these crazy angles.
Yeah.
But like, I've got a job coming up in a couple of weeks where now I'm going to use that. But that's because I'm not getting complacent. I'm always learning,
Yes.
always improving. But yeah, I'm just a big YouTube university guy.
Totally.
It's literally just when there's a question you can't answer yourself. That's how I learn. I just search it, look it up, ask people that are better than me as well. Never think you're too big to ask questions. You learn something from everyone. Like, it doesn't matter. I learned stuff the other day from a guy that literally is the second time he's picked up a camera, and he just had this like little trick that he learned on YouTube. And did this really cool edit with it. It's like, holy crap, like never thought to do that. And now I'm implementing it in all my work.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Totally. We've got all the resources available to us.
We do.
You know, it's just the time and the energy and the effort to go out there and source them out and learn from them.
Yeah.
Do you think that you were also probably pretty good because you grew up in the ocean? Like, you know what to look for? I think a benefit of me working here at the gym, and I get a lot of gym jobs, I was never seeking them out, but they know that I grew up in the gym, and they're like, he knows what looks good, he's been in this environment, he knows what we're like, he knows what to look for because he's been here. Do you think you had that advantage of, like, you know what to look for, you know, you probably have a better understanding of waves, what looks cool, especially to surfers, compared to, you know, someone like me who'd go out there and not really know what I'm looking for exactly?
Yeah, I think that just goes with the passion and everything else like that, right? I'm passionate about it. So, like, with that passion came watching all the movies, looking at all the magazines, all that sort of stuff. But then, understanding the environment that you're working within as well. So it definitely gave me an advantage. I think it'd take a long time to learn how to read the ocean, get into those places, all of that sort of stuff, if you didn't grow up in that environment. Obviously, because it is so turbulent. It's not something that just comes second nature straight away. You do really need to spend a lot of time there to figure it out. Know when you're stuck in a current, it's pulling you this way, the surfers are over there. Like, being able to read
it's unpredictable,
the line.
man.
Oh my goodness.
Like, if you're not experienced or you don't have someone out there showing you what to do, it's very easy to get caught up in it.
Oh yeah. And even with all my experience, I still get caught out. Sometimes more severely than others. I've had a few really close calls. That's just the nature of the beast.
I can imagine. And I've had very little experience shooting in the ocean. When I first picked up a camera, though, I lived at Maruba Beach.
Okay.
So my first thought was like, I'm going in there.
100%.
And it was the same as you. I know some guys that surf because just from living in the area, I'll go out and shoot them. Bro, it's not easy. And even just understanding it, like, you can't just have a camera, learn how to shoot. Like, learning housing units was a whole new world for me. I still remember, I just went online. I was like, I'll buy one. And you'll know brands better than I do. I found one called Sea Frog.
Oh, yeah. That's how I started.
That's how you, I just YouTube found it, bought it, and then I realized that it only fits one lens, and I didn't have that size lens.
Right. Yeah.
So I paid, like, I don't know, 700 something. It was a lot for
enough.
me at the time. And I was like, shit, none of my lenses fit in here. Like, this is just how immature I was at this. So then I had to go buy another lens, which I wasn't really happy about, but it's the only one that fit. And then I also kept seeing videos on Instagram and TikTok of people with a housing unit full of water. And I'm just looking at it, paranoid the whole time that I'm not going to be able to close this thing properly because I'm just winging it. So I was terrified the whole time. Then I was going out there, and, like, the whole time you're thinking, I'm in their way. I don't know the rules. Like, when do I go? When do I not? Like, I'm trying to get a shot of them coming towards me, but then they're probably getting mad at me for being in their way. And for me, it wasn't the best experience because I just didn't know this world.
It's tough.
So, like, for someone who wants to get in there, who's like, thinks it's cool, looks at your work, wants to do it, what are some like, starting out, what are, like, the basics for someone that wants to just get out there and start at least trying to take some photos of surfers? Let's just start with surfing.
Starting with surfing.
Yeah.
I think it's like anything. It's like starting to surf. Start small. If you go in the small waves and
true.
something like that, then it's less you're having to deal with especially when dealing with like new systems like housings and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Sometimes it removes all like the visibility of the buttons and things. You've got the buttons there, but you don't know what the heck they do. And so you're kind of mashing and it'll skew a little bit and then a button will miss and it's...
Totally.
So...
And then water gets like, the droplets are everywhere. Yeah. I remember that drove me nuts.
I've got a trick for you on that if you need. It's actually disgusting, but you lick the entire front element,
the whole thing,
you get a huge coat of it. There's one really good project, but a bad shot where I gave the housing to a surfer and he started filming accidentally, and it's just me, just my mouth open, licking the front of this thing. Oh, I've still got it. I saved it because as much as I'll never watch it in my own time, it's really good.
That's hilarious.
But you do that and it creates a layer of saliva over the top. Once it dries, so you sort of do that a couple of hours before. Okay. It creates like a film and the water actually sticks to it. And it creates almost like a bubble instead of allowing it to drip. So you don't want it to drip. You want it to kind of latch on and it almost works like an extra bit of glass. And it'll last sometimes for anywhere up to a minute and a half before it starts to fall away. Oh, wow. And you dunk it again, bring it up, and you've got a fresh new bubble.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, cool.
Good little tip for anyone starting out, because that one was a night and day difference for me. And I do see a lot of that with up and coming photographers with that issue, and I don't know how readily available that information is.
Yeah, totally.
A lot of people are gatekeepers and I hate that stuff. So that's definitely one big one.
Same.
But to get back to anyone starting out, start small. Start small. Small waves, and just figure all those little things out until you feel comfortable with the housing, with the unit, and it sort of starts to feel second nature.
What lens would you recommend?
I'd say wide. Wide. If you can get a zoom, if you can figure it out. I've always, after Sea Frogs, I joined up with Salty Surf Housings.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, okay. Yep. So they've been amazing to me for basically the best part of my career. Yep. Companies like that have the option of like zoom and focus controls and stuff like that.
Nowadays you're not stuck with just the
No, it's gone way beyond that now when we both started in the water. But yeah, so I'd say something wide, like 15, 35, 16, 35, depending what system you're running. Something like that is pretty core. It also helps with stability and stuff. If you're doing any video work and things like that, the wider you go, it sort of takes away a few of those extra jitters and things. Yeah, totally. But it all depends on what you're looking for, you know. Yeah. I've gone swimming specifically for a certain shot with, what was the biggest lens I had in there? I think I actually had a 150 to 600, the Sigma. Wow. 150 to 600.
You went in the water with that thing?
Yeah. Damn. I was like this, like I was carrying it.
There's a housing unit for that?
I kind of like fudged one up.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was looking for a specific shot that hadn't really been done before at 600 mil. And obviously I was basically in the next state taking it. But unless you're looking for a certain shot, I would always start wide. It just helps you get used to it. Helps get you used to the process. And I'm a big advocate of not hard work, but I am a very hard worker, big advocate of hard work, but I'm not trying to push people into hard situations. What I'm trying to get at is with a wider lens gets you closer, gets you to sort of feel the same feelings as a surfer, start to figure out where they're going to be and really start to learn that. Afterwards, you can start to play with your focal lengths and things like that. But if you can get in the mind of the surfer and sort of read where they're going to be with the waves, it means that you'll have a better connection when you want those crazy close-up, huge open barrel shots and things like that without getting in their way. As you said, it removes that fear and it gets you closer to the action as well, which is always fun.
Yeah, of course. What are some quick surfing rules so that you don't piss them off?
With the photographers, we kind of get a bit of a...
Yeah, because they want the shots, right?
Exactly. So we get a bit of an extra green light. So too. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. They just don't want surfers in their way, right?
Exactly right. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, there isn't too many rules. I think there's more a rule around the photography side of things. Like,
okay.
there's a few people I've seen in the past that have like they've had their housing and they get a sticker of like someone sticking their finger up and they hold it right up in front of everyone else's shot.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the surfers just love the shots as far as I found.
Yeah.
It's obviously you don't want to actually hit their board, clip
Yeah, of
them
course.
for both sake.
Yeah,
both
no
people's
one
sake.
wants that.
No.
Yeah.
But
But you're trying to get in there.
you're trying to get in there both for their sake and yours. But yeah, it just depends on the shot. But no rules, so to speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about water clarity?
Ooh.
Like, are there days? Can you look at it? Because, I remember going out when I went.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be epic. And I went underwater, I couldn't see shit.
Couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it was terrible. And I'm like, how are they doing it? Like, I'm watching all these other photographers and I'm like, that looks
Yeah.
and then sometimes I think maybe I just went on the wrong day.
Yep.
Like, maybe the water's moving. I don't know. This is
Yeah.
me guessing, right? The water's probably moving a certain way, or, you know, it's
Big time.
if it's heavy, the waves are heavy, maybe they're bringing the sand up and
Yep.
it's making it. Am I on the right path?
Yeah,
here?
all true,
okay.
all true.
So are you looking at like conditions?
Big time.
Yeah.
If clarity is what you're chasing, around this side of the coast on the east coast,
Yep.
like a northwest wind will blow all the crap out of the water.
Okay.
But you also, yeah, I
This
know
is
it's
good.
like a.
Yeah, okay.
It's crazy
This is
with
good.
the amount of mechanics and things
Yeah,
surfers
totally.
and then surf photographers have to know with
Exactly.
just the way wind and tides and moon phases and all that sort of stuff
Yeah,
work.
man, totally.
It's crazy. You become like a little
yeah.
mad scientist there on SwellNet or whatever it is, just
Yes.
kind of like trying to figure out the best
100%.
sort of situation and conditions. But I'll always go underwater or look for those sort of shots when there's been a lot of like westerly winds. Northwests are the best around my area in Wollongong. It just clears it all up, blows all the crap out, and yeah, it's a night and day difference. Like
Yeah.
3 days blowing northwest.
Yep.
You go in there, it looks like Fiji.
Wow.
And like 1 day of like a southerly or something like that, and it's
Yep.
just garbage.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's so good. But like, this is the thing, you know, like if you're passionate about something, all these little things add up.
Big time.
You know,
Big
and this
time.
is in every industry. Like
Yeah.
that's just for surfing. I'm sure it'd be the same for fitness or food photography. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd call it like. Well, it is. It's the hard work that you put into the craft that makes you stand out and makes your work stand out. I don't think you get the opportunities. Maybe you still do, but probably not as many. You know, brand deals with the housing units with this guy. It's because you take the time to figure all these things out, and all those little things make your work stand out compared to me going out there. Like I could have shot for 6 years, but never in the ocean, and I don't know any of those things. So even though we both have the same number of years of experience,
Under our belt. Yeah.
yours is going to look so much better than mine in that environment because you're familiar with the environment.
Yeah. I guess that's all driven. That's all driven by passion, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be
Exactly.
I wouldn't know all these things. Or at least I don't think I would know these things. I would have burnt out a long time ago. It's kind of. I was lucky enough to.
Yeah, you got to love it, right?
You do. You really, really do. Yeah.
Because it's so much time and effort to learn. You get frustrated. Like I got frustrated. I just stopped doing it because I didn't love it as much as you. I was like, we're going out here. It's cold. I'm getting smashed by the waves. I still remember I went to, is it called the farm? The surfing beach?
Yeah.
Down there.
Yeah,
I went
that's
with
right
my
near me,
surfing
yeah.
mates. We went on this road trip. I wasn't surfing, but I was like, I'll take photos. And they put me on like on a board.
Yep.
Bro, I got smashed. Oh, man. Like it just wasn't fun for me.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry.
then,
I'm sorry. That's.
Yeah, it was a bad day. It was like raining and it was rough. And then I just wasn't cut out for it.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't love it as much as you love it. You know, and then that's the difference. When you find the things that you love, you're going to take the time to be like, man, when does the wind come out? When do I get those better shots?
Totally.
You know, and I think that's how you get to where you're at.
100%. At least I think that's like, if I was to have any advice for anyone, it would be at least start there.
Yep.
I don't make much money in that space now.
Yep.
But I made enough here and there amongst doing stuff for free for the experience and everything else like that along the way. But yeah, at least start there. Start if nothing else but the passion drives you, you're gonna make it you're gonna try your hardest to make your work stand out, or at least good enough for you, good
Yep.
enough for your friends. It'll mean something to you. It'll mean that extra bit more
And
to you.
it'll make it a lot easier to build up the skills too.
Big time.
You
Big
know,
time.
and then like those skills that you like equip yourself with when you're there, I'm sure carry over when you then go off and find your
100%.
the work that you're actually, find your
100%.
career in.
I was going out and swimming with friends, and like when I went and caught up with Dylan and all that sort of stuff happened, that only ignited that more. And so
Yep.
then I stopped surfing. Well, I still couldn't surf at the time, but even when I could and had the option to, I was still choosing the camera for
Yeah,
free,
wow, that's
just for
cool.
me, just for the fun of it, and chasing the same waves I was surfing, but just chasing the creative part
Yeah.
of it and building those reps. And it was almost that alone, minus a few sort of cold DMs across Instagram here and there,
Yeah.
that actually got me my first paid jobs. It was quite literally this random portfolio I'd put together through passion alone that people started to notice, and they were like, oh my God, he can replicate this, and these shots are starting to get consistently what we're looking for.
Yeah.
But maybe we should hit him up and see
Yep.
if he can do that for us.
Yeah, that's great. And I think that's what comes with experience, right? Consistency.
Yeah.
It's not and that's what, a lot of the times when you start out, you'll get that fluke shot and you're like, wow, that's amazing. And you'll
Yeah.
post it, but then it's like, can you replicate it?
Exactly.
And I think that's where the reps come in, where you get confident enough to be like, yeah, I can do this shot for you too.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. When I first went out with Dylan and his daughter, they're both big wave surfers.
Yep.
I got this one shot of his daughter on this crazy heavy wave down on the south coast. And it was a bit of knowledge, but it was a bit of a fluke. And that didn't sit right with me. I was like, I need to, yes, I got the shot. Yes, I knew where to be, but I didn't have the fitness. I didn't have there was a whole bunch of things at play that I wasn't totally confident in. And that was the kick up the butt to go, okay, start swimming, make this a thing you can repeat.
Yep.
And I accidentally became the guy because of that for a while. Like, there's a lot of people who are really, really good, but there was a lot of people reaching out to me specifically for what I could achieve because I started to replicate the same thing.
Yes.
No matter where I was, you could kind of throw me in anything and I'd get a shot good enough for
That's
what
sick.
they were after. So
That's great.
yeah.
So then after, like from Dylan, when did the following jobs start to come? Did you have a plan?
No, it was just a matter of building that portfolio. And the next one, oh man, what was it? I think the next one was with Dylan again, but I was requested this time. It was like, hey, can you two get back together and go do this thing for the magazine?
Yeah, wow.
And then from there, it was just a matter of, I'm really bad at the whole cold DM
Yeah, I was
on
going to
Instagram
ask, like,
thing.
the next thing I was going to ask you, reaching out to people?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center. When I say I'm bad, I'm probably annoying.
Yeah.
I hope not. Sorry, anyone.
No, it's a good thing. This is a good thing, yeah.
But that was literally the difference between me going from being a creative that just had it as a hobby to actually getting jobs that flew me around the world, paid some of the bills to begin with, and then eventually got the whole way through.
Yeah, wow.
It's just, even now, I think it was only like 2 or 3 days ago, I cold Instagram messaged someone like 10 months ago, and they came back and they're like, hey, we've got this awesome job.
Wow.
We've now got the space for you and your work.
Yep.
How about this? And I've just, that's been, but there's no plan. It's like, I'll be scrolling Instagram and like, oh, that's sick. I want to go to Antarctica. I'll just jump on and try and sort of, kind of like cold pitch myself.
Totally.
And I'm terrible at it, but it's
But it's important.
Yes, so important.
The more and
Oh my
more
goodness,
people I've had on here that have found some sort of success, they're very proactive with how they find work.
You can't stop the hustle.
Yeah.
You really can't.
But you really do. I feel like, especially because there's so many creatives right now, I don't think you can just post and sit there and think they're going to come to me.
Oh, no.
You know, and I think a lot of people think that if I get good enough, they're going to come to me because I'm too afraid to make that
Big time.
cold call. And time again, the people that are doing well, like they're constantly like, put your work in front of people. Like, just send it to people. The cold DMs, the cold emails.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to really be proactive with finding the work because it's out there. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of the times they just don't know you exist. They don't know you're available.
Yeah, it's same. It's tough because there's no one really sort of helping you there, or at least in my experience.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't have anyone
No.
leading the way saying,
Yep.
do this a little bit, do that a little bit.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I was saying yes to everything.
Totally. And there's no one, especially in our industry, there's no one saying this is the price. Because there are people out
God,
there
no.
charging
Yeah.
peanuts, and there are people charging thousands and thousands.
Yep.
And it's like anywhere in between that, like, there's no rule to this.
There's no rule.
You can literally just, I think most people are just making up the number.
Literally. Yeah, they are. They
Yeah,
are.
you know, and then for someone learning, it makes it so hard to figure out.
100%. It's tough. I mean, the only thing that really got me, the thing that got me across the line was just asking people I either looked up to,
Yep.
or like worked with who were in the place I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, and like
Totally.
thankfully I've got a good group of friends around me in the creative space. It's a small knit.
Did you have any in the beginning when you first started doing
God,
surf? None. So
No.
they were all just surfing, but there would
Yeah,
you
and
didn't know any other creatives.
I had friends who were photographers much further along in their career as me, and they're
Yep.
all like, "Oh no, like you know, you're copying me, this, that, and the other. Like,
Yep.
get out of here!" Like talking. God, it's bad. Like talking shit, and then
Yeah.
you hear people like, "Oh, what's your problem with this person?" I was like, "I didn't know we did."
Yeah, wow.
No, there was no real support or anything else
Yeah.
like that. I kind of had to chase it. Again, even the cold DMs to people I look up to and
Yeah.
things like that. There's creators and people out there that once upon a time felt very much like Dylan did,
Yep.
where they're just like these huge stars and there's no way I could talk to them or anyone even close to them, sort of thing. But funnily enough, a few sort of little DMs here and there, and not everyone gets back to you, and that's okay.
Yep.
Not everyone has the time either. I'm terrible at replying to anyone.
Yes.
So bad. but I did get a few people come back.
Yep.
And now they've become friends, mentors.
Yep.
And yeah, they're the people I can then ask the questions. They're the people in the place I want to be. And it's like, hey, how much do you charge for this? How much am I worth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. You can learn a lot from that. And that's,
time.
again, it's just reaching out
it is.
and not being afraid to do it. And not being afraid with someone just not replying.
100%.
You know?
100%. Happens all the time.
I'm a big DM guy, massive. I have been
Love it.
forever. Since day one, like the amount of just random DMs that I've sent out.
Yeah.
It easily in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Easily, right?
I'm probably in the
and
thousands.
what I've found is like they either like say you're asking to meet up, or it doesn't matter what it is. 100% of the time they either reply and say okay, or they don't reply at all.
Yeah.
It's never a negative.
So true.
And I reckon
never thought about it
100%
that
of the
way.
time, no one's ever like replied negatively. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
like,
doing?
yeah,
Why are
get
you reaching
stuff,
it?
leave
Yeah,
me alone.
and
That's
nothing.
so true.
It's either just a silence, which is fine. Who cares?
That's the state of
Yeah, and if
everything
you,
these days.
Exactly, and then if you do get a reply, like they're actually interested, and it's a
Yeah.
positive response,
Interesting.
You-
That's so
which like
true.
takes all the fear out of it. A lot of people are just afraid to reach out.
Yeah, I guess people I feel like a lot of people feel like it's knocking on a door or something like that, where you've got to have this big interaction and they're instantly going to come at you with this like, oh no, not another person trying to sell me something.
Yeah,
I think my biggest thing is like trying to not come across that way as well, and actually give a crap about who it is you're reaching out to,
Yep.
do your research. Or,
yes, exactly.
Or like reach out without the agenda and try to form something a bit more, something a bit deeper than just
Yep.
like, oh, hey, can you help me with this? And, you know, send
100%.
me your presets for free kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's like
Yes, yeah, it's got to be genuine.
100%, 100%.
And,
It
I
goes
think
so far.
people can really know. I don't know. I feel I've got a pretty good gauge on it. Like people can notice when something's not genuine.
100%. You can see it a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you're just being spammed or something.
Yeah, we all get those phone calls
Yeah.
these days from those random numbers. We know straight
Yeah,
away.
you know straight away. You're like, I'm not falling for this,
Yeah,
man.
honestly, and it's the same. You can
Totally.
You can see it a mile away. I do get it too. I can only assume you do
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
And like, yeah, the people that have genuine care, I'll give you everything. I'll
Yep.
I'll bring you along to a shoot
Yep.
where I can. I'll do anything I can. Any question you want, I'll send you like a humongous message
Yep.
back, giving you everything.
Yes.
Just don't be a douche.
Very simple. Rules are easy.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, this one.
Don't be a dick.
So, yeah.
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 And we're good.
Gets you a long way.
Yeah. I've found a lot of opportunities, even through this pod, man. I always tell people, like with podcasts, when you're starting out, it's pretty easy at the beginning because you can always reach out to like your direct contacts.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do a podcast for a long time, you know, like over a year now, you're going to eventually reach a point where like your direct contacts are exhausted.
They're done.
And then you're left with like, if you want to keep going, you have to start reaching out to people. You have
100%.
to learn to network. And I've learned that. But like, I think I was cool with it. I was so fine with it because I grew up with it. You know, when I was first picked up a camera, I was reaching out to anyone and anyone that if I thought you did something cool, I'm sending you a message.
Nice.
You know,
Nice.
and that led to work. I remember so many, bro. And they're still helping me now, actually. I had these dudes, I wanted to shoot someone just painting graffiti. Found these graffiti guys. I'm like, can I come down and shoot? I just want to take some photos because I think it's cool.
Yeah.
And I went down, did a free shoot for them. I ended up working with them until last year.
There you go.
For like 5 years.
Yeah.
Just off that.
Yeah.
I had another girl who dances with fire. Like she just did these fire dancing
That's mad.
performance.
Yeah.
Same thing. Messaged her and I was like, that was just a free shoot. We were both happy. That was down at Maroubra Beach.
Okay.
It started raining. It was actually crazy.
That sounds mental.
And that
I need
was
to see
5
these
years ago.
shots.
Yeah, we did it and then kind of just parted ways. They were just like, yeah, that was cool. And then 2 months ago, I hit her up and she performed at my events. Like I do these meetups at
No way.
and
How cool is that?
she's like, yeah, of course. She's like, I loved what we did 4 years ago.
Wow.
I'd love to come down and do the same for you here.
That's unbelievable.
Like that still,
yeah.
it lasted that long and you just don't know what could come from it.
That's the power of what we hold with the camera
Yeah.
as well. Is
Yeah,
like
exactly.
these lasting memories and things like that.
Yep.
Things that actually really do alter people's feelings, emotions at the
It
time.
brings value to them just as much as it does to you.
100%. And I think that goes back into knowing your value. Like this, it's good. It's really good. First and foremost, be the nice guy. Do the nice thing. Do the right thing. Don't go into things with ego, and just be a good person.
Yep.
And go in with the right intentions. But at the same time, know your worth, because the amount of time and energy you put into it is worth something. And there is a fine line between getting taken advantage of, which
Yep.
I think you and I both had
Yep.
that in our previous experience, and sort of kind of putting your foot down and being like, hey,
Yeah,
hang on
totally.
a second, like throw me a couple of bucks. The world's not
100%.
free.
And it's also noticing all the work and effort that you've put in. Say a surfer hits you up and they just, oh mate, just take this quick snap for
All
me.
the time.
But they haven't seen all the time that you took to learn that the wind has to come from the northwest for the for the sand not to be there. I'm licking the shit out of my screen because I know that that's going to give you a good.
That's a job in itself.
This
Yeah.
has taken you years to learn. Like you know all this stuff. You know the lenses. You know where to be, and all that time and effort that you've taken to be able to get these good shots. That's the value that you're providing.
100%.
And it's not like they just see you rocking up and taking a quick shot and just flicking it over.
It's tough.
And that's where you need to realize, like, no, I've actually worked. Like, the value that I'm giving you has taken me a long time to figure out.
Yeah. My fiance will kill me, but she almost did. I was in that space for a while where I was caught up in the glittery glam of like, oh my God, I'm getting a flight here. I'm going over here. I'm going to all these like cool places. I'm doing these things, but it was all free. Like paid for, all that was paid for, but I wasn't getting $1.
Yeah,
And
gotcha.
the bills weren't getting paid.
Yeah. That was covering all your expenses. Yeah.
And like that was a great.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I do.
That is
It was
cool.
so
Yeah.
cool. It was so cool. I've seen and been to some crazy places, met some crazy people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, but again, there was a moment there where I had to pull up the brake a bit and be like, okay, this is cool. You've seen the things, you've done them, you've met the people, you've done all this. When are you actually getting paid? Because there is a point there where you actually do have to start paying the bills and figuring out how to do that. That next step is by far the hardest, is getting out of that sort of that transitionary period and totally going full time.
Yep.
It's tough.
Yeah. What's the biggest like shift you had to make to get there?
The biggest shift for me was actually the back end of stuff. It was the legitimizing yourself, which as I said, planning, terrible. All of this sort of stuff, terrible. I want to be told to go over there, press the buttons, come back, and everyone gets excited and just pay me for that. I don't want to know about invoicing. I don't want to know about contracts. I don't want to know about any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Thankfully, again, my partner helped me with all of that sort of stuff. She's been, my rock. But that's the stuff, to me, that was the difference. It was all right, we're signing contracts. Again, this is what I'm worth. So this is, we get to a certain point. I still get paid for this. Start to sort of lay. Otherwise, everything's just too freestyle and things like that. You need to legitimize yourself as a business to start being a business.
Yep.
I can't really put it any better than that.
And for people to start taking you more seriously.
Totally.
When you rock up and you have that all written out.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, wow, this guy's legit.
This guy's legit. Like, he's, and then they're probably going to be more inclined to want to work with you as well.
Yep.
Because it is now more of it's a more professional thing. You're not some freestyle kid turning up with one shoe sort of thing. You're coming ready.
Yep.
To go, and it's a professional experience. And I think, like, I always think if I was hiring me, what would I want? I've done a bunch of weddings and things like that as well, and I think that industry is one of the best for it. One, because all the photographers keep the prices reasonably legit. They all sort of keep it way up here, and they they all sort of link arms to a certain degree and go, we're not letting anyone kill our industry and what we're worth, which is amazing to see. But it's, in my experience, the only one that's done it. But you've got contracts, you've got check-ins, you've got all of this sort of stuff, all of this like customer experience and back-end stuff before you press a button or do anything that really screams, I'm a professional, you should work with me, and this is going to be a good experience. I'm going to get the job done right for you.
Yes.
It was hard coming from a surf rat.
Yeah.
It's been a learning experience, to say the least.
I can imagine. And I felt the same in terms of just people treating you more seriously as well. Like the way that they communicate with you. Like when I wasn't taking myself seriously, neither were they.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything was late. Everything was just winging it.
Yeah.
And then you get a lot more respect when you respect yourself and your work that way as well.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's a scary thing because it's always the unknown, right? It's always
and sometimes it is that. It's like you get to that point where you're like, I'm going to start taking myself seriously, and it's like there's this little voice inside you that's like, I still don't know what I'm doing though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I've got
syndrome.
Man. So but you've still got to show up that way.
Yeah.
Even though inside you're just like, I'm making a bit of this up, but I want to show that I'm serious.
100%. We're all making it up a little bit.
Yeah.
There's always...
the more experience you get, the more confident, because like you show up that way and you're like, okay, wow, that worked. And you're constantly just, the same as your photography, that process of dealing with a client gets refined every time. Like, how could I have communicated that better?
Totally.
Now they're asking me to do like way more than we first spoke about. And like, that's my fault because I didn't communicate that at the beginning.
You set the standard.
Exactly. So then you're like, well, next time I'm going to make sure so that this doesn't happen again. I'm going to change this.
100%.
Then another problem happens. You're like, well, next time I'm going to do this to make sure that never happens again. So and then that makes you a better and better person to work with because you've constantly improved your process of dealing with a client a little bit better every time.
100%. You've ironed out all the creases one by one, and everything you fix from the last one is one you won't bring to the next one.
Yeah.
And
and that applies to everything. Like
100%.
when you're working with brands, with everything. A lot of it is
time.
And the thing is, you're right. You either learn from doing it every time and making your own mistakes and learning, which is fine. I think that's what most people do. Yep. But then there's other people, like you reach out to the people that are in that position. And that's going to save you time because you could say, hey, man, Ben, this is how I'm dealing with this guy. Yep. And you could easily tell me before even going into it, go, mate, that's terrible. Yep. Don't do that. Yep. Do this instead.
100%.
And you've just saved me the time and the lesson of having to go through it myself. And it's surrounding yourself with people that are in a position that are in a better spot than you, and that's something I can talk about now. But really, for 3 years, I did everything on my own. I had no creative friends. So I just learned from mistake after mistake after mistake.
I was there. Yeah. It's...
and I mean, you get there either way. One's just a lot quicker than the other.
100%. And that's something I've learned more and more is the powering community. The last 2 years of my work was only because I made the right friends because genuinely they're good people. It just so happened to be I rubbed shoulders with them because I was in the same creative space.
Mm-hmm.
And just harnessing those friendships and looking after that, I wouldn't be anywhere without the people I surrounded myself with. Dylan, for one, he's still there. Like,
Yeah, wow.
he's the best. But like, yeah, other creative friends and things, they're the ones that have like, you know, hey, I've got this shoot, I need you as a photographer. It's like, oh, hey, like my agency needs you, or like there's a gap. Could you fill the next few months, sort of thing? It's like all of those little things. It's all about that community you build. And it's that. Oh, I wouldn't be anywhere without it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every single day I'm learning more and more how true that is. The power and the people you surround yourself with, that'll be what gets you far.
I'm glad you said that because it's important. You know.
Yeah.
There's probably too many people trying to do it on their own, without realizing that they could get a lot further along if they just put themselves around some people.
100%.
Something that I really want to talk about.
Yes.
Beyond the surfing, right? So you did some surfing work, and then you went in like the ocean.
Oh yeah.
And I see a lot of animals in amongst your work and your portfolio.
Yeah.
I feel like most people are fucking terrified of sharks, and all I'm seeing is like you're like from me to you to a shark.
Yeah.
Constantly. You're one of the few people in the world who don't seem to be afraid of these things. How do you put yourself in these positions? How did you get from shooting surfers to taking portraits of sharks?
Man, I've always, as long as I've been a surfer, I've been a diver as well.
Okay.
Just free diving and scuba diving. As well. Never like spearfishing or anything like that.
Okay.
But I've just always had a fascination with the ocean in general, clearly.
Yes.
But obviously what's under it as well.
Yeah.
Funnily, the fear of sharks through surfing drove my need to know more about them.
Yeah, wow.
Which then led to me spending more time with them.
Yeah, wow.
It was a bit of a fascination of, when you step in the ocean, you are not at the top of the food chain, and you've just got to understand that.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I want to understand these creatures a bit more and spend as much time with them as I can. And if you can't tell from my profile, I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie.
Yes, you are.
Which there is definitely that aspect of it, but I've always just been like, I'm the David Attenborough documentaries. I can almost like quote them word for word kind of thing. I've watched them a million times. I'm obsessed with animals in general. The ocean just is the space I feel most comfortable, and it's also the most accessible. I don't live too far from the beach.
Yep.
There's a few reefs close by that do have sharks go past from time to time, and so I spend a lot of time on the drone, a lot of time swimming out with no luck. But times like now with the whale migration going on,
no luck.
Oh man, like years of, I swear, I've clocked up years of just total misses.
Yeah, wow.
Even just the other day, I went for a look and I found some big stingrays and they were really, really cool. But like, I specifically went looking for sharks and there's...
You went looking for sharks?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you got unlucky because you didn't find one.
I can see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
No, they're so misunderstood.
Yeah.
They're the way I look at them now is just like kind of like puppy dogs. They just don't have hands to kind of go, oh, what's this, what's that.
Yep.
They can only figure out things that they haven't experienced previously with their senses, which happens to be their smell and their bite for the most part.
Yep.
So they get such a bad rap, and
the
amount of time I've spent with sharks, I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, they are not mindless killers. They're inquisitive, and as I said, because we as humans, when we step into the ocean, we're not at the top of the food chain. We have to understand sometimes things go wrong for us, but it's not their fault. They're either inquisitive or they're freaking hungry, probably because we're stealing all of their food. So it's
When did you first go out looking for? What was your first encounter?
Oh, first encounter would have been. it was actually insane, and I didn't have a camera.
Wow.
I went scuba diving up north, a place called Southwest Rocks.
Yep.
And there's a particular place that's like a little island in the middle of the ocean that has a huge crack through it.
Yep.
And with scuba gear, you can go down and go all the way through the middle of this little
That sounds
island.
sick.
It's so dope.
Wow.
It's so cool. And it's a shark breeding ground. It's grey nurse sharks, which they're the ones you see in the aquarium, and they've got all the crazy teeth, but they actually can't open their mouth wide enough to really do you any damage. So they look crazy, but they're
harmless.
just big fish.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But as we went down and came out of the cave, there might have been like 400 hammerhead sharks.
Wow.
So I kind of immersed myself first in, I'm going to go see sharks, and this is it. This is when we do it. Scuba dive, boom, there's like 30, 40 of these sharks. But then on the other side of it, had this like once in a lifetime phenomenon of, this huge school of hammerhead sharks go over the top as well. And that's always been a bucket list shot that I've never got. And I've just got it in my head because I didn't have a freaking camera because I'm an idiot.
I've just got it in my head.
Oh, man. Yeah. I didn't have a housing at the time or anything else like that. I had cameras, but it just wasn't a thing. It wasn't my time.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's kind of what makes it beautiful as well, right?
Yes.
Not everything has to have a photo taken.
True.
It's sometimes about the experience, putting that camera down and actually
true.
just paying attention to what's going on in front of you.
You're absolutely right. I'm trying to get better at that too.
It's tough, but
yeah. You're too busy like trying to get the shot. You're never really present.
Totally. I say it all the time. People are like, oh, how was it here working with this person or doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't understand unless it's someone like yourself. But like, I wasn't really there. I was there, but I'm looking through this tiny screen and I'm worried about settings and light.
Yes,
this
exactly.
and that like, by the time you walk away and leave, you weren't actually there, and you kind of have to relive it through whatever you captured on the camera.
Yep, I felt that. You never really felt like you experienced it because you just wanted the shot, and you weren't in the moment. You're in the camera kind of thing.
Big time. With the sharks, my first time with great whites, I was the same thing.
Yeah.
I so busy worrying about the shot and this.
Were you
and that.
nervous?
It was
like, what's the feeling when you see one?
So the first time I was in a cage, which was nice.
So you're not always in a cage?
No, not always. There's a place, I won't name it, so that it doesn't get damaged in any way. But there's a place further south of where I live, and it's kind of known as the Great White Highway. Yep. And it's so funny. It's this beautiful crystal clear beach. Straight from a postcard. Yeah. Like crystal clear water, perfect waves, like just a dream. And there's never anyone there. Wow. Like there's no surfers, there's no beach goers, there's nothing. And it's because the locals know that there is usually at least 2 or 3 great whites kind of hanging around this area. Yeah, for one reason or another. They're either headed north, heading south, breeding, whatever it might be. Wow. But yeah, there's a specific spot where you'd be unlucky not to at least find one on a drone. Whether you can get in the water with them as well is a whole nother thing because they're flighty as heck. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But first time in a cage with the great whites. I'm so busy worrying about settings and the cage is bashing against the side of the boat. Everything's just nuts. And I came out of there going like, I didn't really actually experience any of that. Yeah. And that's what started the chase of going and spending more time with them, learning the amount of times I've dove with sharks, no camera on purpose. Yep. Just to figure things out, get close, see how they react, see if you can kind of gauge not their feelings and emotions, but kind of what they're thinking. And they're much deeper than you think. Like, especially the great whites, you can see them figuring things out. You see their eye sort of looking around, darting around. They're looking at this, looking at that. They're looking at the boat or whatever it might be.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Even trying to like imagine like putting yourself in their, not shoes, but you know, like they're seeing this thing that they've never seen before move, especially if you have a camera. Like
then it's shiny. They're seeing their reflection for the first time.
You see a boat. Yeah. You know, you've never seen this before. Very unfamiliar.
100%.
It'd be easy to panic if you were them as well.
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
Is there a breathing technique? How do you stay calm? How do you make them feel calm? Is there like I don't know.
No, you're right.
I know like with some animals, Like you put your hands out, like you kind of show like,
Sure, I'm not a threat.
yeah, that kind of thing. Is that a thing?
What I've learnt so far, and I don't want to pretend I'm anywhere near a specialist on
Yeah.
this. There's a lot of friends I've got that would be way better at answering this question properly. But what I do, it's funny. I've been in so many chaotic situations in my time, both in the water and out of the water. Probably because of the adrenaline junkie fix I constantly need.
Can't help yourself.
I've kind of learnt to keep myself calm under pressure, be it humongous waves and feel like I'm about to drown. It's kind of all of that stuff has really kind of built a callus to just being able to force myself to be calm when I need to be, at least enough to operate. I don't ever get to that point where I freak out and freeze and stuff like that, but it definitely was a skill built up over time.
Yeah, of course.
And just abusing my senses by
if you just keep putting yourself in situations like that,
so.
the fear starts to
the fear goes away, and then appreciation and understanding can sort of start to slide in.
That's a good like kind of mentality that you have. Because even with, it's like you lean into the fear. Like you were saying, all the surfers were like, that surfing community, like there's a fear of sharks. So you lent into it because you wanted to understand your fear more.
Always stay uncomfortable.
A lot of people would not do that.
Totally, yeah. Well,
you know, and it's like, I have this fear. Let me understand why I have this fear. Maybe it's not what I think it really is.
Totally. I think that can be boiled down to anything, right?
Yeah.
Like my first paid gig, I was terrified.
Yep.
I'd done the photography or the videography a million times before. I was still terrified.
Yep.
But the only time I've really changed for the better is when I feel uncomfortable. You know.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if that's for everyone, but it's definitely worked for me.
It makes sense with everything. We were talking about it before this, like how scared I was of being in front of a camera.
There you
like
go.
a camera's not a shark, but I was scared, man. Like
Totally.
Same. Then the more
these
and more
are way
you
more
do
scary
it,
than sharks. I promise you that.
Yeah, but then the more you do it, and yet you're in that environment, you realize that there's not that much to be scared of.
100%.
And then you start to take it in and enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what you've done here.
100%. And it is the same. You're dealing with a wild animal, so there is a lot of variables and things like that.
Yeah.
To go back to your question on sort of like, what do I do? Is there like a, I'm no threat kind of thing?
Or even breathing, right? I think if you like your breathing, they notice.
I believe that is a thing. I don't know if it is proven, but I mean, I like to control my breath regardless. So
true.
you
If
sort
you're
of
underwater.
take those big breaths, and it kind of becomes a natural thing through just spending so much time in the water. But one thing that I do know about sharks that has a lot of research behind it is if you can almost, if they know that you can see them, they will be much less likely to approach in a way that would be
threatening,
seen as aggressive.
Okay.
Be it for like trying to eat you or whatever it might be. There's an awesome company called Shark Eyes. I don't know if you've ever seen it. There's wetsuits that have got like eyes.
Oh, no way.
Big like eyes like this on the back of the wetsuit. They've got stickers for the bottom of your surfboard and things like that.
Wow.
Those guys, I've never worked with them ever. I just love what they do. And there's a lot of research behind the proof that if the shark thinks you're looking at it, it won't attack.
Yeah, okay.
So what I'm getting at in my experience is always face them. Always keep an eye of where they are.
Yeah.
And I always try, I'm not perfect at this, but I always try to have at least one other person with me.
Yep.
Be it to keep an eye on them, because obviously the water, they're so freaking quick, man.
I've heard.
They're literally like one little swip of the tail and they're gone.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden they're behind you.
Insane.
Sort of thing. It's creepy, it's crazy, but I mean, it's beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
But trying to keep your eyes on them, always face them, just to keep an eye on what they're doing, their movements and stuff like that. But
some of those shots that you have of them on your page are incredible.
Thank you.
I'm just like, honestly,
thank you.
Insane. How, like, are you when you're taking a shot? Like, if I saw it, I'm just, as long as I've got a shot of it, I'm like, yeah, Matt, I've got one.
Totally. Yeah.
What are you looking for? Because these are like, there's mouth open. The one where it's like shooting up,
coming up.
Oh my god, it's like insane. There's one where you'd like, it's right there. How, like, are you looking for anything specific when you're shooting these?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
A couple of like shutter drags and stuff like that every now and then.
I saw that too.
Yeah. Yes. So like every now and then I'll kind of play with it. I think just I'll go in with an intention. Usually I'll find some sort of inspiration or something and I'll go in with that in mind, and I'll kind of set the camera up for that.
Does it get how quickly does it get dark once you start getting underwater? Does it get real dark?
It gets dark quick.
Do you need a light?
No, I purposely never work with lights specifically in the water.
Yep.
I don't think it's good on
Do
the
people
animals.
use lights?
Heaps.
Yeah,
Heaps.
yeah.
Like, especially like a lot of cinematographers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. They've got these huge rigs with these, it looks like an R2D2 underwater,
Wow.
these huge arms with lights and stuff
Yeah,
all over it.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that have made their living and their style through that, and
Yep.
that's for them.
Yep.
I will never work with lights because I've only ever seen the research is bad for the animal's eyes. They're not supposed to be able to...
Wow.
They're not, as far as I can make sense of it, they shouldn't be exposed to those sort of lights. Where would you see that in the ocean?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'll purposely work with natural light,
Yep.
keep it as raw and real as possible, and just try and do the best I can with what I'm given.
And that's just understanding your settings and yeah.
Yeah. And then every now and then, like with the sharks or whales or whatever it might be, I might see a chance for the light. There might be like a backlit shot and the shark or the animal is moving that way. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to really lean into this and try and get it. But usually it's a bit of a freestyle with them, and you kind of just go in with an intention and try your best. But for every good shot that I've got, there's like 100 misses.
Yeah, of course.
Like
of
it's
course.
as in like not even seeing them. So,
They're
like,
not even there.
not even getting to hang out. They don't. Yeah, they don't like to hang out all the time.
Yeah,
So.
wow. So you usually don't have much time with them like that.
Oh, some like usually with the sharks, they'll be there a minute.
Yep.
Is a long time.
Wow.
So, like most of the
What
time
an
they'll
experience,
kind
man.
of see you.
Yeah.
And they'll just cruise off, and that's it. They're gone. See you later.
Yeah.
And then if you try to get close to them or anything else like that, they're used to you now. They don't want to know you, so they make a point of it, and they'll just deep,
And then your chance is gone.
So
Wow.
yeah, but that's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, of course.
So like so many like little quick handshakes, and then it's over, and we'll never see each other again. It's pretty special. It's pretty cool.
When you think about it that way.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's
Have you
really
had
cool.
any close encounters where you felt a little bit?
Yeah. Funnily, the closest encounter I've had with a shark that was sketchy to say the least, I was down in Tasmania shooting with Dylan again.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
This guy's just around all the time.
honestly,
man.
he is. He's the best.
He's never left.
Seriously, well, most of my surfing career was built off
shit.
working with him,
Yeah,
and then
wow.
it just kind of, little bits here and there,
Yep.
but it always comes
What a
back to my
great guy.
mates.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the community you surround yourself with.
Totally.
But I was down there shooting this, and the wave is huge and crazy and nuts. So the situation, and you're like, man, you're like a 3-hour hike or like an hour boat ride from any sort of civilization, and then just factor in you're in Tasmania, so there's already nothing there.
Yeah, true.
Oh man, it's wild.
Yeah.
But I had what we believe to be a juvenile great white come up and give me a bump. And it kind of like half launched me out of the water. Like I probably sort of got up to like my torso out of the water. I dropped my camera, started freaking out, and he's gone. That's it. See you later. Yeah, I'd never felt such, I don't know like how to explain that feeling in your chest when your heart drops. And I bet, I've never felt anything like that.
That's true. Even you'd feel so. I'm going to Banff in a few weeks.
Epic.
I've never been to Canada, and I'm watching, and they give you like bear spray.
Yeah.
Because they're like, bears may come, and you watch videos. I felt this with sharks too.
I think you're about to go into something I feel really strongly about. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Well, like I see these videos of just the bear, and I'm like, mate, if this guy wanted to, I would not stand a chance.
100%.
Like zero.
You
So
and
like
me
when you're
both.
in a position, like same as it where you oh shit, they've turned on me. The feeling of just helplessness would be insane.
Yeah, it's just, I guess the swimming, like we're terrible swimmers compared to the rest of the
compared
ocean.
to them,
We're
true.
shit.
Yeah, we wouldn't stand a chance.
No, we look like an injured seal at the best of our times when we're at our peak.
Yeah.
The helplessness is insane. It just, the ocean all of a sudden feels just as big as it actually is. And,
Yes.
Or your mind just races.
Totally.
But Man, the bear thing is just a funny thing.
Tell me.
Like time spent in Canada. My partner was born in Canada.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, and so I spent a little bit of time there. And every Canadian I've met, Australia's crazy. It's this, you got sharks, you got this, you got that. It's like, bro,
they've got bears walking into your house.
you got bears, wolves, cougars, all this sort of stuff. It's like I can go camping and know nothing's going to really kill me, or even I'm not going to see anything dangerous in Australia. And you guys are calling us. Yeah,
totally. You have to pack bear spray. Like, they give it to you. They're like, you can't hike without it.
Have you seen yet that you've got to like tie your bags up on a rope and like...
No.
Yeah, there's like full stations in campgrounds and hiking places, like hiking trails and stuff, where you actually tie your bag by a rope and sort of hoik it up this...
No way, so they don't come.
Yeah, so they don't come or they can't get your stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been told, like, when you go hiking, you can't leave food in your car because you might come back and they're trying to get in there.
Oh my God. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, man. Dude, we've been doing our research.
Yeah.
We're trying to do a TikTok. Yeah. We've been on there and they're telling us what to do. And I'm like, man.
TikTok will tell you the truth.
Yeah, and you're meant to like constantly like sing. Well, not sing, but if they can hear you, they're not going to come around.
Okay.
So like...
Is that black bears or brown bears though? Because apparently they're two totally different
Really?
things. Yeah, look that up.
Yeah, I need to. Because like they're out there. Or they might not be because it's starting to get cold. But I think at this time when we're going, they still give you the can. Just giving me the can alone, I'm like, if you have to give me this.
Man,
it doesn't make me feel comfortable.
Yeah, seriously.
And then some dudes, like, you just have to like sing or whistle or just talk really loudly while you're hiking. It just keeps them away.
Interesting. Good luck, man. Good
Thanks,
luck.
bro. I'm really looking forward to it. Have you been to Banff?
I haven't been to Banff,
Oh my
unfortunately.
God, man. It looks incredible.
It looks insane.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go for it's bucket list.
Oh man. How long are you there for?
Time. Just over a week. We're doing New York.
Yeah.
And then Banff. We went to New York last year. I'm a big basketball. I grew up playing basketball.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
I went last year and we missed like the NBA season by like 3 days because I had a work gig in Vegas. So from Vegas, I had to go to New York from there.
Yeah.
We spent a week and then we missed the season by like 3 days.
Oh my God.
And when you grow up playing basketball, like you watch it on TV, it's 100%. The same as like movies. I think why I like New York so much. Like you watch movies growing up and you're like, you don't think it's a real place because you only see it in the movies. And then when you get to experience it in real life, you're like, holy shit, this is a real place.
I'm still not convinced it's real.
Yeah, oh man.
It's nuts.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I think it's the same with for me anyway, the NBA. Like they're your idols, you look up to them.
Big time.
They're always on a screen. So they don't look like real people.
Yeah,
and you just want to experience it once.
Just once.
Like just go there and just watch it in real life.
Yeah.
So once we got back, I was like, we have to go back.
100%.
And that was the whole plan for the year.
Okay.
Like, was to go back and watch a game. So we've got our tickets, and then we're going to be there for a week, and then go to Banff. Because that's also on my little bucket list.
That's amazing.
Of place to go. Yeah.
Sick trip.
So, yeah, man, I can't wait. Two totally different experiences. Because like one's like just the city.
It's as city as it gets. Yeah. Concrete jungle.
Like, to lakes and mountains.
Oh man.
So I'm pumped. Yeah, I can't wait.
I can't wait for you.
Yeah. But you've travelled a lot.
A little bit,
just a little.
A little bit.
Yeah,
in my
I've seen
time.
a few. What's been your highlight?
I think one bucket list for me. There's probably one bucket list and one I didn't know.
You weren't expecting it to be.
Yeah, I didn't know I needed to see it.
Yeah.
One was Nazaré in Portugal.
Oh, you've been, for a surfer, dude, totally.
Yeah, that's
all I know.
That's always been like a little screen.
Is it as crazy as it looks on?
It's so much crazier.
Really?
It is insane. Yeah. I was lucky enough to first time I kind of just spent time like on the hill and stuff, and I was filming, doing my thing, and the second time
from that little hut place where they do the shot,
where they get the shot. Yeah, I did all of that sort of stuff. Did all that stuff. But the second or third time I went there, I managed to actually get out in the swell on the jet ski, and like,
you can't help yourself, can you?
No, I can't. I have to get the shot. I have to get the shot. And also, it is that moment. There were so many times where I just sat the camera on my lap and was just like looking around, going, "Where the heck am I?"
Yeah, man.
You've just got mountains breaking everywhere, and the jet ski is constantly having to do this because there's no structure to the bottom. So it's like there's a wave breaking here, and then right where you were, and it's never the same.
Is it scary out there?
It's scary when your jet ski breaks down like ours did.
Oh shit.
That was, it was like a huge day. There was only one team out, and we sort of went out to get a bit of B-roll and stuff. It was like, they reckon it was like 60 to 70 feet, which is like nothing I've ever seen before, and I haven't seen it since.
Yeah.
And just as we got onto the inside where the surfers are catching the waves and stuff, the jet ski just decided to go into idle mode, and we couldn't get it out.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, that's another little moment where my heart sunk a little bit. There's just these gigantic mountains moving everywhere. And we managed to kind of like half swim it out, and then it got it back into gear and got out of there.
Shit.
But that was a crazy experience. The other one was Panama, of all places.
Okay.
Which I wasn't really on my radar. I for whatever reason, I don't know.
Yep.
But I actually went over there for a surf job, and man, it's crazy over there. It was so humbling. Don't quote me on it, but I believe it's one of the most dangerous border crossings in the world.
Okay.
I believe. If not, it's up there.
Yep.
And just what you see when the real world comes and slaps you in the face. Yeah, I needed it.
Yep.
Like when there's a woman with carrying 4 kids who aren't hers to try and get them to a better life, crossing borders and stuff.
Yeah, man.
You see death, you see all sorts of crazy stuff. It just really humbles you, makes you really appreciate what we've got somewhere like here, and you know, in the more developed world.
Totally.
Man, nuts.
Yeah.
I've got no other word than nuts.
It's when you experience it, or when you hear stories like real world stories, it makes you feel fortunate.
Big time, especially when it's now no longer on the little screen. It's not in the movies. It's happening right there in front of you, and you're in the middle of it.
Yep. It's easy to still feel detached, even though you see it on a little screen and people are telling you it's happened, until like you see it.
Totally.
And it just hits you in a totally different way.
Big time. It's crazy where cameras can take you, hey?
Yeah.
Nuts.
I know, right? It can take you anywhere, literally anywhere.
Anywhere you want.
They can put you in rooms that, like, if you didn't know how to use this thing, you would have never been allowed in, you know?
Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd be doing right now if it wasn't for this. And I wouldn't be half the person I am now. I wouldn't be as involved with like sharks and like marine conservation and all that sort of stuff. I wouldn't be the person I am and learnt the things that I have learnt. And it's all because of this little box that I kept plugging with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. It's so true, man. It really is. And there've been so many, man, I can even think so many times where you go somewhere with people and it's places that you probably shouldn't be. And they're like, oh, he's the camera guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, cool, let him in, through.
Let him through. Yeah.
So many times.
Got this VIP treatment and insight into so many different worlds. It's insane. Yeah.
Do you have any like dream collaborations, people that you'd love to work with?
Damn, that's so broad. There's probably damn. Yeah, I mean, okay, dream collaboration would be to actually shoulder to shoulder work with David Attenborough on something. He's as high as it gets for me.
Yep.
Someone doing so much good for the planet.
Yep.
And just asking nothing in return. He's the ultimate.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
I
cannot think of anyone else. Yeah. No sporting stars, no one.
Wow.
No music artists.
Yep.
For me personally, at least. Yeah.
Damn, so you're very connected to nature, the world.
I try.
Yeah. Yeah. What like concerned you the most? What are we doing wrong in terms of
where do I start? That's a long list.
Yeah. Heaps, right? Do you see a lot of things that just make you shake your head?
So much. Yeah, I genuinely don't even know where to start with that one. I mean, like in my footsteps and what I've seen, just like the overfishing, lack of laws and all that sort of stuff in that space across the world is just it's terrifying, man. Like without the ocean, we don't have any of this. We all die. It's scary.
Yeah. It's a big world down there too, right?
Oh yeah.
That we don't even understand.
No,
I keep hearing. I need to get into this because I just hear little things here and there.
Yeah.
But the fact that like we don't even know what's down there.
No.
Like the percentage of what we know
I swear
of
it's like
the ocean,
9% or
something
something silly like
ridiculously
that.
small.
Yeah, crazy.
And the rest we don't even know what's down there.
Can't even get there.
Yeah.
We can apparently fly a rocket off the planet, but we can't get down there.
Yeah.
Nuts. Yeah, it's
It
crazy.
is wild. Damn. And are there any places that you want to go to? You haven't experienced?
Man, I'm actually, funnily enough, I think I'm content with what life has thrown at me so far.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with.
Yep.
I've done the experience. I've done it for purely the experience. I've done it for money.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it with people who once were just, idols, and they're now some of my best friends and people I can comfortably say I love these people.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I'll go wherever I need to shoot or to travel, to experience. But yeah, I think like I'm actually quite happy with where I'm at, and I'm just happy kind of leaving the door open as I always have to whatever comes next.
Do you think you would have gotten here if you didn't break your back?
Shit, no.
No.
Hell no.
Your whole life do you ever think about that?
All the time.
Yeah. Your whole life would be completely different.
And anyone that asks, anyone I ever speak to about it,
yeah.
I always tell them I would break it again. If I had my, you know how they say, would you do anything different? The one thing, I just would have done it earlier.
Yeah.
I just literally, just give me more time so I could, But honestly, no,
wow.
I might have had a hand in doing a renovation in the building we're sitting in. And that's what my life would have been.
Yeah, man, totally.
I would have been doing a holiday once a year.
Yeah.
Probably like some version of a white picket fence kind of lifestyle, and I'd always be sitting there watching these things on TV, watching these things on Instagram, going, I wish I could have done that. To like, that's just impossible.
Yeah.
First camera I ever got, Chris Burkhardt. I don't know if you've
I do
seen
know.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
So the box came with a photo of his, I think, on the inside of it.
Yep.
And I shook my head and go, like, that's my dream right there. He's like taking some crazy photo on an iceberg in the middle of God knows where.
Man, that guy's
insane. He's phenomenal. But I looked at it and I'll never forget it. And I was like, that is the dream. That is my biggest dream ever, to be able to achieve something like that. Go see that and do what he's doing. But there is no way I would have believed that I could have even come close, and definitely haven't done what he's done, but I've come pretty freaking close in the small amount of time I've been doing it.
Exactly. The thing is, you haven't even been doing it that long now. You've been able to achieve so much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. It's actually crazy. I would definitely break my back again.
But it's wild to think, right? Like you were forced to make a change and end up here.
Yeah.
And how many people don't get put in a situation where they're forced to change? So they'll just keep doing it, whatever they're doing, without realizing that there's this whole other life out there that they could be living if they decided to pivot and go for it.
I think the hardest thing...
It's not lucky, but it is a bit lucky.
It is. I feel lucky. Like with everything, like, it sucks. Like sometimes I can't bring the groceries in and stuff as I'd want to.
Yeah, you're still living with it, man. Yeah.
But at the same time, I still get to go and annoy sharks in the ocean and call it a job at the same time. So I am absolutely living my dream to the fullest as far as I can tell. The only thing is, like, just if everything gets bigger and crazier and more exciting, then awesome. And more meaningful as well.
Of course.
But yeah, I couldn't, there was no way in my reality as a tradesman that I could have ever done it.
Yeah.
Life doesn't let you stop like that. It just,
of course.
you really, or at least I feel like it's not designed to let you believe that it exists. That hard stop is tough, but man, if I can do it, literally anybody can. And the one thing that I got caught up with when in my early days was thinking that it was too saturated. There's too many people doing the same thing. You turn up to a wave and there's literally 40 photographers all in the water taking the same shot. I was like, oh God, like there's no space for me here.
Yep.
Man, I'm still sitting here now, getting jobs, doing work, traveling the world. It's, there is definitely enough room for everyone there. You just gotta hustle with it and just have a bit of belief, I guess, if you don't have a crazy hard stop like I did.
Of course. And you've got to love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Yeah,
You know?
don't do it if you don't
Yeah.
love it. Definitely don't get in this for the money,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
you'll
The
be
money, or because everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Or it's like the cool thing, you know?
Yeah, there's plenty of those, isn't there?
Yeah.
Instagram and TikTok have made the world an interesting place for us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And they make you think you want things that you don't really like genuinely want.
Yeah, and they paint a false picture of what things
Yeah.
are or can be.
Yes,
But
exactly.
Definitely don't get into this for the money, but if you're passionate enough and headstrong enough, that it's crazy to think, but the money will come too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Man, really good. Really good. Well, you've already pretty much answered it, right?
Yeah, sorry,
No, you've done well.
Go on.
If you were to have woken up tomorrow and you know what you know now, everything you still know, but all your work's gone, all your contacts are gone.
Oh no.
Everything. What would be your first steps to getting back to where you are right now?
First step, get a functioning website together.
Yep.
And I just start Instagram DMing again. But it's something I still do, and people that I work alongside, people that are much further along in their careers than I am, is like doing spec work, for anyone that doesn't understand what that is, doing work that brands could, or companies that you want to work with could see themselves in.
You're almost like making an ad for a brand 100%. Without them asking, you're just doing it for free.
Yeah, and I mean, it costs you nothing.
Yes.
You know, you reach out to someone who's doing the cool thing or can do the cool thing, and you can go film it. You only need a bit of good light and a bit of an idea, and you do that. I'd get a portfolio together, stuff like that. Start with the Instagram DMs.
Yep.
And
also, like, you said that you tagged the surfboard brand
100%
as
tag
well.
away.
You know, and that's something that I realized when I was chatting to these guys at my last event. It's like when you do work, any sort of free work or spec work, or even if it's work for a mate. Like if I did a shoot for you right now, I'd be tagging like the hat brand, everything, the shirt, find out. Because initially I'd shoot just my mates. Anyone that did something cool, like I was into basketball, I'm like, hey man, come and shoot. And I had to, initially I was like, no one cares about these photos other than this guy. And I had to make the shift to be like, hang on, what's this guy wearing? What are the things? So he'd wear sneakers. And then in my head, rather than making it a shoot about this guy, in my head I was like, this is now an ad for these sneakers.
It's a spec work,
and and that's how that started getting me way more opportunities, because it stopped being just, I'm like, no one cares about this person, but it's just a person of like, you know, or it's a good looking girl, but it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But once you start making it an ad for whatever it is they're working, or the gym, and then you tag all those brands, those people start seeing and recognizing your work, and you don't know what that could lead. Led you to meet Dylan.
Seriously.
You know?
Yeah. In its most basic form. And then, I wouldn't be here without that one initial tag. Yeah. 100%. And I still do it. I still do it now.
Yeah,
even
exactly.
God, even the brands might even just like to see it. You know? It's not an ego thing. It's just a like, hey, this might lead to work, which obviously benefits both of us. But it's also just like they might see it, or it might get me in front of them or someone close to them, where eventually I become a bit of a known entity within that space. And then it might not be you know, the biggest brand reaching out to you, but it might be two levels below to begin with. But then once you've done that gets you your cred, and you kind of just build it up from there.
And it's true. And if you think about it like properly, I've told people, they're like massive believer in this. Like when you tag a brand, any brand, there's a human being on the other end of that
100%
that works for that company that will see this video, right? That business is also paying someone right now money to make content for them.
Yeah.
So if you tag them and give them a free video that's better
100%. Than
the guy that they're paying, it'll at least raise the question or bring up a conversation.
Totally.
Even if it leads to nothing, right?
Yep.
If they get a video, there's a person that's paying someone else, and they're like, this is better than what we're paying this guy.
Yeah.
They'd at least be like, well, how much do you cost? Because if you're better than the guy we're paying, there's an opportunity there.
100%.
And it's like knowing that that's an actual process. Well, when you tag someone, there's a physical person that's going to like
there's
look at
someone
that,
watching that. Yeah.
who works for that brand.
Yeah. And look, sometimes that person might be their role, but like the bigger, I work with brands now where like they've got their internal crew, but then their larger campaigns and stuff like that, their broader spectrum of stuff, they need people with a different eye, a different flavor, whatever it might be, and they bring me in for that.
Yep.
And if I hadn't have tagged them in something to begin with,
They don't even know you exist.
they don't even know why shouldn't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It goes all back to like know your worth. At least try. It's the same as a cold DM.
Yep.
The worst case, they won't like it. They won't reshare it, and they miss it.
Yep.
Damn, they're going to miss it if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So you might as well try. And the amount of jobs and things I've had just because of those things, and just not letting that kind of be a wall for me. Literally night and day difference between me being able to pay the bills and not.
Yep.
Literally. When you really boil it down.
Yeah, you've really got to be proactive.
100%.
Bro, this has been so good. Like, for real.
Man, no, thank
Have you got anything coming up that you're excited about? Any?
I've got one thing that is penciled in, but is proving to be really, really freaking hard to get off the ground.
Yep.
The short version is I've got a experienced crew in Greenland who want to paraglide during the solar eclipse
Yes.
next year.
Yeah.
And apparently this phenomenon happens only every 40 or 50 years.
Wow.
So it'd probably be I assume it'd be the only one I have the opportunity to see.
True.
And probably them as well.
Otherwise you have to live till you're 90.
Yeah. We got to hope Elon Musk or someone comes up with something crazy.
Keeps us alive forever.
Oh God. So I've got that I'm working on at the moment, which I'm really excited for, mainly because of his passion with that, and it's just a really cool thing. But other than that, just my own stuff, mainly in the sort of shark area kind of thing. I'm trying to get down with the sharks a lot more. I want to try and, as the season changes, I want to try and get down to South Australia a lot more. There's freaking millions of them.
That's where they
down there.
hang, isn't it? I've heard.
Apparently, God, for every one that's here, there's 3,000 down there.
Really?
Something like that. I might be butchering that, but there's a lot. Yeah.
I've heard this.
There's a couple.
Wow. Actually, last thing.
Yeah.
How'd you end up working on a project with Netflix?
Dylan.
I should have known. I should have known. Come on, man. You been listening?
Oh, classic. That project was, or the most recent one that got released, stuff in the works at the moment I can't mention, but that one was with Dylan. It's called The Blind Sea.
Yep.
And effectively, for anyone that doesn't know, Matt Formston is an Australian surfer who has 3% vision, and his challenge at the time, I say at the time because he's an Olympic gold medalist in cycling. I think he's now chasing free diving. He is just a machine. He just does not have a stop button. He is wild.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was surfing the biggest wave a para athlete, but more a blind person has ever surfed.
Yeah.
And so we went to Nazare to do it.
No way.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
3%'s basically pretty blind.
It's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got these goggles. If you watch the film, he's got these goggles that do their best version to replicate what he sees, and effectively you've got these huge black marks all the way in the center, right close to your eye, and it's just a blur around the outside. And he says the vision he does have is all just contrast based, so he can't surf or will choose not to surf if it's not sunny because he just has no contrast awareness, and that's all he's got. It's crazy.
Wow.
He's a phenomenal individual.
Damn, that's inspiring.
Yeah, but that was all through Dylan.
Yep.
Dylan is one of the best, if not the best, big wave surfer on the planet, and has also pioneered so much of that space in the surfing world. It's actually nuts. And when they started wanting to do this film, who better to call up than one of the best to ever do it? Everyone that's in Nazare is surfing Dylan's boards as well, because not only does he surf it, he makes them as well, so he knows the process inside and out. He can surf the waves that he's building boards for, and it gives it that whole extra level.
Yeah.
But Dill brought me on. They said they need someone that can obviously swim and do all the water work and all of that sort of stuff. And he put me forward for that. And so that's what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Crazy.
Man. Yeah, we've lived completely different lives, dude.
We have, but it's been similarly quite parallel at the same time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like timelines and everything that.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's
cool.
It's good. It's why I love having people on and sharing stories like this. It's been cool. I feel like I've entered your world for an hour.
Man.
And it's blown me away. It's almost like the TV thing. Like, you don't think it's real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get it.
Because you don't know what you don't know.
Dude, you should come for a swim sometime.
Yeah, I should.
You should.
I need to. I don't know about the sharks, but
whatever. We can start with something small.
I'll come out. I've got it. I should. Because it's there. There's that little bit in me that like has that interest. I went out. I got the housing unit, and you know sometimes you just have like a bad experience, and then
100%.
And there's so many times I'm like, what was it? I was talking to someone recently, and it was like, it's not that you don't like it. You just had a bad first experience.
Yeah.
Let me take you out and show you.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think I had that.
Definitely. I've seen so many people even just try to learn to surf.
Yeah.
And they get taken out by a friend or a partner in waves that the person who's confident in surfing is, that's what they would surf. And they just get smashed and slapped around. The board hits them in the head. And just
and like, that wasn't
screw
fun.
this. I'm not touching the ocean ever again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the same with cameras too. Like when people look at all the settings, they get overwhelmed.
Big time.
See a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they try and use it, and they're looking at all the Instagram images that they see, and then they try and take it with, like, they don't understand anything. It looks nowhere near like what they hope to get.
The contrast between the two is,
And then that's when they realize how much work's like involved to get there, and they're like, that wasn't fun. And they put it away. So I know so many, even today, a client of mine pulled out this camera. He's like, oh, mate, I've had this camera for years.
Yeah.
Like, I bought it years and years ago. Do you reckon, is it a good camera? And this has happened a lot.
I get this heaps,
And I'm like, you bought a camera years ago, but that they went through that shitty experience. They didn't enjoy it. They just put it back in the cupboard.
Yeah.
And they just pull. I think the gym has some as well.
Okay.
Upstairs.
No way.
Where they're just like that they always have that moment. They try to dabble in it. And they get too confused. They just put it back in the cupboard.
100%.
Gone.
Something in the process just doesn't feel right. Isn't nice. Isn't enjoyable.
Yeah. Confusing.
And why would you?
Yeah.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? I'll never be able to run a marathon for that same reason.
Yeah, you just don't love it. It wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah, I had a couple of bad experiences trying to run and keep up with my mates, looking like an idiot and just sitting there with my hands on my knees, struggling. I'm like, fuck this.
Fuck this. I'm going back to the ocean.
I'm going to go for a swim. I'll swim the distance you run. No worries.
Totally. Thanks for coming on and sharing all this, man. This has been amazing.
Thanks for having me.
No problem at all. I can't wait to see what you come up with, dude.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed following your page and your work recently, but I want to see more. This is cool. Very, very cool.
Man, let's get you a feature sometime soon. Come down for a swim or surf or whatever.
I'm so keen. I'm so keen. Done.
Love that.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Sick.